Hey everyone, this is Katie. I'm here to talk about what my grade 9 student is going to be doing for her high school year. This year, we are going to be making some changes, and some of those changes is actually having a theme for the entire year and basing our gather round units off of that, and have that also be something my younger students are doing as well, learning together, but based off of what my 9th grade student needs to have her transcripts. So for example, we're doing Gather Round this year, and this is one of our units that I printed off from Gather Round, and this is Ancient Civilizations. So our theme for this year is Ancient Civilizations and Biology, because those are the two components that we feel are most important for this year as our theme. So my younger student is also going to be doing the same units. We're going to be doing it together as a family, and we also have chosen a variety of other Gather Round units that correlate with that theme, like creepy crawlies or botany or the human body, that kind of thing. So we're going to incorporate that in. And we're also using a wonderful program that we just explored and came across. It's called Campfire Curriculums. It's a great unit study curriculum that you can buy online. And we're really excited to start the year off with veterinary. So I think it's called like Through the Eyes of a Veterinarian. It comes out September 1st. I'm really excited to purchase that and print that off and begin that next Wednesday. So it's gonna be fun. And they also offer units about pirates and gardening, beekeeping. We already did a beekeeping this year. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to like the holistic medicine unit that's coming out from them. They have like Thanksgiving and Christmas units as well. So I'm going to explore those. Really looking forward to those. So how we're going to be doing this on our schedule is normally we homeschool 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is off, and then Thursday and Friday we are back on again. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is our 4 days. Wednesday my husband has off from work, so we like to spend that time together as a family. But what we're going to do this year instead, due to necessity, because my daughter, my 9th grader, has some school curriculum that she has to do 5 days a week. We're going to be basically homeschooling 5 days a week now. So that Wednesday is going to be our light day instead of a heavy day like it would normally be any other day. So we can still have our family time, just not the entire day. And it'll still be kind of like a good breather in the middle of the week. Just not so much that certain things are going to be left behind or forgotten about or have impact how many lessons we can do and that kind of a thing. All right, so yeah, Gather Round definitely is going to be our spine for this year with ancient history and biology. And any other unit that we include is going to be based off of that as well. And I have it all planned out for the year. I've printed off every Gather Round unit that I possibly could this summer, so I didn't have to worry about that throughout the year. I am going to need to print off any for Campfire Curriculums that are going to be coming out in the new schedule for this coming year. So, and I might be doing the dinosaur unit through Gather Round. Not really sure. My girls really aren't interested in that, but it will. What really will depend on me if I choose it is if it's going to be more of a history or more of a science. We need more of like a history for our schedule than science. We have a lot of science curriculums this year from Gather Round. So it'd be nice to kind of get a little bit of break from that aspect. Yeah. So there's that. Language arts. So Gather Round does have language arts incorporated in it. I'm not sure how it will be for level 2, like year 2's language arts, because we've only ever done year 1 through Gather Round. So I've heard that there's been changes to their language arts, so they've added a lot more in there. But again, I'm not sure if it's enough for a 9th grader. So we've added in our own. So we have Jenson's Grammar through Master Books that we're using. She chose this, my daughter chose this. We're also using McGee for her reading and vocabulary. So this will be really good for her for that. She'll do 2 lessons a week through this. So she can get through this book in 2 years, and then she'll get through the final book for the final 2 years. if she's not going to community college, which I'm not sure. We're kind of still trying to plan out the future for her in that regard. And also for language arts, let me grab out this big bad boy. Look at this. This thing is huge. Like, I'm not joking. This took forever. This is Seven Sisters Language Arts for high school. This is the grade 9 recommendation. I'm really excited about this. She's going to have a variety of novels and plays and movies to watch or read and analyze. And it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's also not going to take a lot of time either. So I think it's going to be a very thorough, great curriculum. And one reason why we chose this particular curriculum over, let's say, the Good and the Beautiful's language arts curriculum, which we were also looking into, and I loved because that one it also included art and geography. This one includes opportunities for my daughter to write her own stories. And since my daughter would love to be an author, I thought that would be more appropriate. Now, granted, my daughter is not looking forward to watching videos and analyzing them. I would love that, like growing up. That would be like almost like a vacation from having to read a book, you know, which I do love reading. But no, not her. She did not want to do the videos so much that she almost was willing to go to a different language arts curriculum, even if it would be harder, just so she'd have to do that. But this was a parental decision that we made. So I'm excited about the Seven Sisters. We will see how it goes. It was a lot to print, but I have everything all organized in here. And it might look like a lot of pages, but it's not going to be something that's very time consuming each and every day. So I do like that. But it still gives a really good, thorough education in language arts, and I'm a huge fan of that. She's going to be beginning with To Kill a Mockingbird for her reading. That's right now sitting in my mailbox. I have to go out and get that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The next change for this year is Truth Quest History. I'm excited about this. When I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, why didn't I find this sooner? It's like a literary guide. So it's like a guide on how, with different book lists and this and that you can incorporate with the specific chapters when they're able to provide that for you based off of the lesson they give you. And I thought when I first looked at this and when I bought it, I thought it would have like a lesson that you do each and every day. That was my bad. It's not like that. But basically we're gonna have my daughter try to do 2 lessons a week, and she'll do any reading that corresponds with that lesson over the course of 2 days. So that's what we're hoping. So she's got those 2 days to dive deeper into literary books. You can go quicker or slower and get more deeper into this, but we need to get through both the ancient Greeks and the ancient Rome guides in 1 year. So we have to do it the way that we're doing it now, is 2 lessons a week for that purpose. Truth Quest has on their website a really neat guide. So if you're just starting this off in grade 9, it gives you 2 different tracks that you can choose based off of maybe your state's requirements or your own interest. So we chose the second option for grade 9. Starting out with this curriculum, and that's why we chose to start off with the ancient Greece and Rome for this year. Yeah, and because we went with this curriculum, that's why we ended up changing up to doing the ancient civilizations as starting out with our gather round for this year. Really happy with that. It's going to be great. One of the spine books that she's going to be reading with Truth Quest is this book right here. The Book of the Ancient Greeks by Dorothy Mills. So that'll be interesting. She's got a variety of other books that she can use that I also purchased or that we already owned that we can pull in. And I want her to do different art projects as well with this if she can. Like she's going to be studying different sculptures and different archaeological finds or architecture, that kind of a thing. Like she's going to try to incorporate whatever art aspects she can to make it her own and to make it fun and enjoyable. So I'm really excited about that. All right, so in addition to that, she's going to be reading Homer's the Iliad and the Odyssey. So she's going to be reading those. yeah, it's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be potentially a lot, but we will see. We will tweak it as we go. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't really know if it's going to be too much or just right or not enough until you actually jump into it and do it. So that's what we're going to be doing for this year. I'm really excited about that. Oh, and Truth Quest History has a lot of Bible in it. So we are going to actually have this along with Gather Round be enough for a full year credit for Bible. So anytime it mentions anything about the Bible, you know, scripture verses, she's going to be diving and pulling from that as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, very thorough, and I think we're going to be on a great track in our future. I already have future years planned out with Gather Round units or Campfire Curriculums, you know, paired in just around the history and the science that she's going to be taking currently and in the future. Like, I already got all planned out. I'm all great now. Hopefully what works. Hopefully it's all going to, you know, work smoothly this year and something that we can stick to in the future. So hopefully I'll do another video letting you guys know any updates, if this worked out well or if it didn't. Until then, have a great, blessed week. Goodbye.